Hi there, beautiful soul. So lovely to have you in this space. And if you and I meet for the first time, that's no coincidence. And you must be quite intrigued about finding out whether you are a solar starseed. And I am so excited that you're here. And if we have met for the first time, then I am Layla, and this is my YouTube channel, Layla Starseer. And today we're going to be diving deep into the solar star seeds and the sun and our connection to the sun. So let's talk a little bit about my connection with the sun. I just kind of feel like I really feel like it lights me up, it energizes me every morning when I wake up if the sun is shining. I just drink in that beautiful sunshine in the morning, and even sunsets have this immense effect on me. I feel like, and I actually, my soul chose to be born in England this lifetime, and so I feel like we Brits have a unique relationship with the sun in the sense that because we don't see the sun as often, we make the most of the sun when we do see him. I always refer to him as a him. I'm not quite sure why, but I do. Um, and like I feel like I have conversations with the sun. I speak to him, and every now and again, even when he's behind clouds, he'll shine just to let me know that he's heard my call to him. And I wear my citrine ring and my bracelet to have this connection, because the dark nights, especially in winter, the dark days as well, can be quite hard for somebody who is so connected to the sun. So let's go a little bit into how we got here. Okay, so there's been a lot of solar activities and solar flares. I don't know if you've actually come across them, but there's been all sorts of I don't know if you have the app, because I have this app, and it's called Aurora Watch, but it actually shows you whenever there's a solar storm or a geomagnetic storm or solar flares, so that you may get a chance of seeing auroras depending on where you live. So I always have this app, and it always tells me whenever there's solar activity going on, and we've had a lot recently, so you've probably been feeling it. Yeah. So today we're going to dive deep into our connection with the sun, how we got here, the place that the sun plays in our consciousness, and then we're going to move on to historically our ancestors and how they built sacred sites on the sun, near the sun, and the solstices. And we're going to go deeper into the solstices too, and then also connection to our solar starseed heritage as well. And if you can identify yourself as a starseed, how does that feel? How does that look? And then we're going to go into a really connecting. Oh yeah, sorry, we've forgotten about the star lineage as well. There's a star lineage as well about the Stargates, and the connection to Lyra and Leo constellation. And then we're going to go into the meditation, where we're going to connect with all of those things and connect us further with our solar starseed heritage. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the photon belt and what that means, and where we are with that. Okay, so in metaphysical cosmology, the photon belt is a high density band of photonic light particles. Our solar system moves into this intense beam of light every 10,500 to 13,000 years. And as we enter into this band of pure light, it acts as a massive cosmic accelerator. Photonic light carries pure, uncorrupted intelligence. It collides with the low-dense vibrational architecture of our current 3D matrix, initiating an era from an atomic era into an ethernoric, I can never say that word, ethernoric light-based era. I kind of feel like it's more like luminous. I like to call it luminous era instead, yeah? And as the solar system moves through the photonic belt, Photon Belt. The sun absorbs the high-frequency photonic light codes first. Because raw photonic belt energy would be too intense for our physical bodies to process all at once. The sun acts as a transformer. It processes the galactic light codes as a step down from the voltage, broadcasting them into the Earth with the massive solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and shifts in the magnetosphere. So how this elevates our consciousness. When the solar transmitted photon light hits Earth, it directly interacts with our energetic and physical biology and the upgrade to our nervous system. So photons are packets of light, and as they flood the planet, our human nervous system is forced to upgrade the bandwidth to run this higher current. This is why people feel internal waves of restlessness, anxiety, or internal shaking. The body is purging old density to make room for light. Now, DNA activation and the reveal. The influx of light acts as a cosmic spotlight, lifting dark corners on a global scale. And you've probably seen that around, things happening, structures falling, everything being illuminated, with the light, and things coming out of, let's say, disclosure happening in different ways, and things coming to light from things that were hidden in the past, and so they can no longer stay there and hidden. The old emotional materials of suppression comes to the surface rapidly, forcing it out of hiding, and activates dormant energetic blueprints within our DNA. So we're shifting from the carbon to the crystalline, the higher energy centers of the crown, our third eye, and the soul star, which is like our, up here, connecting to our soul and the cosmos, are actively being filled with the photonic light. And it is a cellular alchemy that slowly shifts consciousness from the anchored into the physical survival, carbon 3D, into much multi-dimensional awareness, crystalline 5D and beyond. So dear ones, if you have been feeling deeply restless, hypersensitive, or as though a storm is brewing beneath your skin, you are not losing your footing. You are feeling the physical architecture of your body. Sorry, I'm just going to hydrate there. Adapting to a cosmic upgrade. And our sun is currently drinking from the Photon Belt, acting as a divine translator for high frequency light codes. I'm sorry. That are bombarding our atmosphere. As a solar starseed, our body is a lightning rod for this change. So you aren't meant to hold on to old density. You're here to let the solar flares burn it away, so that your true radiant nature can take center stage. Sounds great, doesn't it? My throat is going. Often does when the energy becomes higher. So yeah, let's just drink this in. This is the sun we're talking about. Oh, I could feel him, which is awesome. How to recognize yourself as a solar starseed. So, as a solar starseed carries a distinct and radiant signature. They act as a cosmic step-down transformer. So, if you feel yourself as being a step-down transformer, pulling the intense photonic light from the sun into the physical grids of the earth. And they're walking suns. They naturally illuminate a room. They enter. People are drawn to their warmth, often seeking them out for comfort or guidance without knowing why. So do you feel like you change the energy in a room whenever you enter that room? Or do you feel like people are drawn to you without you actually knowing why, seeking your guidance? People say things to you that, normally they wouldn't share to other people. All those kind of things. Because the solar starseeds absorb so much high frequency solar energy first, they experience sudden bursts of restlessness or insomnia or internal buzzing when activity peaks. So do you feel that, when the solar storms are going? Do you feel this kind of sensation? Do you feel something playing out, in your personal life, or you feel that in your body? You feel really like activated, Do you feel like really almost like exhilarated whenever these experiences happen? Maybe there's a combination of that, depending on where you are with the waves and your emotions and other things going on. So high sensory vulnerability, the nervous system acts as a lightning rod, so then they can easily experience sensory overload, feeling deeply sensitive to synthetic environments, heavy foods, or light frequencies. I can really attest to that one. I feel very kind of overwhelmed if I'm in an environment, especially if it's synthetic, rather than natural environments. And I definitely feel it if I'm feeling there's a lot of loud frequencies around. I feel them very deeply. And the naturally creatives and truth tellers, they possess an innate drive to express, manifest, and beautify. They have a zero tolerance policy for inauthenticity or hidden agendas. So does that describe you? Do you feel like you somehow know the truth, even when people aren't actually saying it? You can feel you feel the need to kind of be a truth teller. You don't like things that are hidden away, or people, when people are hiding things, you feel it, and you are like a little radar almost like, and you refuse, and you basically almost like expose things sometimes, and trigger people at times as well. And so they're deeply instinctual relationships with the sun, either thriving in the heat, light, or even the cold, as long as it's light, but feeling incredibly overwhelmed if they do not ground themselves in nature, like I was saying with myself. So do you enjoy basking in the sun and enjoying the sun? I don't always sit like in direct sunlight, because I do find that's very intense if it's really hot, but I love the morning sun. I will sit in the morning sun just to, it's quite gentle and soothing at the same time. But I am so, and I love how the sun hits the water as well, and I just feel so mesmerized by that too. So yeah, those are the things I love. If you're a solar starseed, how do you help with the energetic shifts? So as the solar system moves deeper into the Photon Belt, solar starseeds act as the vital ground crew for humanity's evolution, stabilizing the Earth's grid when solar storms throw off the planet's magnetic field, or solar starseeds use their bodies as anchors by staying grounded. They prevent chaotic energy from causing collective panic. So anchoring the new crystalline blueprint, they are the first to absorb and translate and integrate the incoming photonic codes into the DNA. Once integrated, they radiate these upgraded templates out into everyone in their immediate field. So I know it's not like as if you need to do anything to do that. That just happens naturally, without you even thinking about doing these things or actively doing these things. They actually happen. But now that you know, it's something that you can do with intention in a way, which is even more powerful. So their high vibrational frequency acts as a literal spotlight. I call it the sun. They're simply existing in their truth. They force hidden density, outdated systems, and suppressed emotions to come to the surface to be cleared. So they are the correct. So they're usually the bridges, the dimension through this energy, and they're the creative expression to translate complex, multi-dimensional. So they have gifts of being able to translate simple, cosmic to expression, the complicated, maybe the harder cosmic intelligences into simple truths, and they do this through the energy. So this can be like being able to teach other people, or it can be, through practical things like cooking and being able to just uplift people in some way, whether that's through holistic healing, whether that's just by talking, being in the presence of them. But they do use creative endeavors also, like arts and music and different ways. So everybody will have their own talents. And I'm sure that if you feel resonance with all of this and you're feeling a real pull to your starseed heritage, you feel there's something in you that you light up in your own way, in your own unique self and your signature, which is amazing. So let's now explore the historical links, the ancient master transformers that have come before our ancestors, but also it was like ourselves in a way. We're meeting ourselves. And so our ancient cultures didn't just worship the sun as a god, they understood it as a cosmic portal and keeper of time cycles, perfectly anticipating our current transit into the high density light of the Photon Belt. The Mayan and the Galactic Center. So 2,600 year cycle is what the Mayans based their incredibly precise calendar on the precision of the equinoxes, a roughly 2,600 year cycle. And they knew that our solar system cyclically orbits Alcyon, the central sun of the Pleiades cluster. And the Photon Belt timeline, Mayan esoteric lineages taught that this orbit takes our sun through a massive cloud of pure light and the Photon Belt for roughly 2,000 years, followed by a period outside of it. And they pinpointed our current era as the exact moment of the re-entry, calling it a shift from the old calendar into the new and into the light. So the architecture, I mean, I don't know if any of you have actually been to Chichen Itza in Mexico. I'd love to go. It's one of the places I really haven't been, but I would love to go. There's a place called the El Castillo Pyramid, and it's engineered so that during the equinoxes, the sun projects a shadow of a feathered serpent god, Kukulkan, descending to Earth. And this wasn't just a visual trick, it symbolizes the cosmic solar intelligence descending. So it's the serpent, you can imagine the feathered serpent god, Kukulkan, as the cosmic solar intelligence is descending directly into the physicality of the grids of the Earth. And that's what they kind of almost translated, these solar codes, and how they built the pyramids to be able to. I think that's fascinating, isn't it? So in Egypt, ancient Egypt, the Ra consciousness, the sun was revered as Ra, and they did not view Ra as a simple physical ball of heat, but as a living primordial eye of source consciousness. Seba, which is star codes, Egyptian mystery schools taught that the rays of the sun carry Seba, star instructions and teachings. They believed that solar flares and rays carry geometric light codes directly interact with and upgrade the human soul body, the Merkaba. I don't know if you've heard that term Merkaba, but it's basically your light body. And the Solstice lens, the Temple of Karnak and pyramids at Giza were built with laser precise, there's my throat going again, with laser precise alignment to capture the absolute peak illuminations of the solstices. Initiates would stand in these mathematically aligned paths of light to let high voltage solar current activate dormant strands of awareness in the physical vessel. I feel like as I'm talking about the solar codes, this kind of like clearing my throat chakra. The Vedic Golden Age. In ancient Vedic Indian cosmology, the consciousness of humanity rises and falls based on how close our solar system is in the galactic center, the central sun they call Vishnu Nab, The dawn of the Satya Yuga that taught that the sun moves into the densest, darkest parts of the cosmic cycle, the Kali Yuga, and then consciousness forgets its divine heritage, moving into the Photon Belt, aligns beautifully with leaving the dark age of and waking up to the dawn of the Satya Yuga, moving towards the golden age of absolute truth, sovereignty, and multidimensional awareness. So, I mean, it might not feel like we're heading in that direction right now, but that's because we're everything is coming out, you know, everything is coming to light, and so we can't move on as in a human collective with things that are almost like hidden or, you know, placed, I say, in unseen ways. You know, we cannot do that. So everything has to come out before we are actually moving in that direction. And it will be everyone in their own pace. But basically, we are heading towards the golden age. And our ancestors knew this. And they placed so many signs and so many ways of being able to absorb this beautiful cosmic energy of the sun. So the restlessness you feel in your body today is the exact same frequency the Mayans calculated thousands of years ago. They knew our sun would enter the Photon Belt. They knew the voltage of our planet would get turned up. So if you resonate with all that has been transmitted so far, you are the ground crew. You are a solar starseed, an ancient soul who incarnated right now to use your physical body as a step-down transformer, safely grounding this cosmic lightning storm so humanity can wake up to its true crystalline nature. Oh, just breathe that in. That's who you are, dear souls. So now, in terms of the cosmos, there are stargates that connect specific star constellations together. So our sun is connected to Lyra and the Leo constellation. So in galactic history, the constellation of Lyra is recognized as the foundational cradle of humanoid consciousness. In this universe, it holds an uncorrupted blueprint of divine creation and spiritual freedom. The Lyran lineage is the ancient cradle of our entire galactic family, and it holds so much deep medicine that I'm going to dedicate a whole separate video to have a deep dive into our Lyran roots very soon. But today we're tracking how the majestic Lyran consciousness migrated into the constellation of Leo, anchoring its absolute core frequency into the heart of the lion, the Regulus Stargate. So Regulus is the brightest star in Leo, known historically as the brightest, historically as the heart of the lion, and it is the first magnitude star that sits precisely on our ecliptic path, the exact highway our sun travels across from the sky, from the Earth's perspective. So because of this precise geometric alignment, Regulus functions as a massive ultra high frequency stargate portal, and it regulates and streams the blinding high voltage Leonian codes of sovereignty and divine fire into the specific quadrant of the galaxy. Now, Regulus is also connected to Sirius as well. So we're going to do I'm going to do a whole other video on that, because that's connected to the Lionsgate energy as well. So that's where the Sun and Sirius and Regulus and the Lyran energy, again interconnected, is also playing out. So that's something that we will dive into at another time. So our sun as a local relay station, the raw diamond white and royal blue frequencies blasting out of the regular Stargate are too intense for physical human biology to absorb directly. So our sun acts as a perfect receiver and transformer of this cosmic highway. It catches a high frequency broadcast from Regulus, steps down the voltage to a safe level and transmits these awakening codes directly to Earth through the solar winds, flares, and incoming photonic streams. So when you look up at the constellation of Leo, you are gazing into an ancient galactic lineage of absolute sovereignty. And at the heart of the Lion sits Regulus, not just a star, but a multi-dimensional Stargate. The portal streams the uncorrupted templates, straight down from the cosmic Lyran and Leonine consciousness, straight down the cosmic highway of the ecliptic. Our sun acts as a divine translator of this system. It drinks in the regal heart-centered light codes from regular Stargate, steps down the immense voltage and radiates it out into the atmosphere. And if you are a solar star seed, your biology is designed to act as an antenna for this exact transmission, and you're being called by the heart of the Lion to remember your cosmic authority and wake up to your true heritage. So if you are, if you feel like you're connected to the solar star seed energy and you are a solar star seed, then you will have connection to Lyra and Leo constellation too. And so your blueprint will be connected to all of those consciousness and codes and DNA, and you'll have lineages from all of those, and that's amazing, isn't it? So we will dive deeper into the Lyran heritage, which I'm really looking forward to too. So as this brings us to this immense significance of the Solstice gateway, and we are navigating in the next few days. So we have the solstice coming up in the next few days. The solstice comes from, the word solstice comes from the word Latin, meaning the sun stands still. For 3 days, our sun pauses at the highest. So when it's the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere at the minute, while it's coming up, the sun will be at the highest point, and in the southern hemisphere, where it'll be the winter solstice, it'll be the lowest point in the sky, and vice versa. When it's in December, it'll be the other way around. It's acting as a clear crystal lens that focuses on the roaring sovereignty light from the Regulus star directly into the Earth's grids without any atmospheric interference at that point. So to understand the power, and imagine it being beaming as standstill at a specific point, it's almost like focus laser point energy being focused onto our beautiful Mother Gaia, onto us. And so these solstices are immensely powerful times. And so we're so blessed with them. And so to understand the power of this moment, we must look at the Earth as one living, breathing organism, honouring both hemispheres in their perfect global balance. So for those in the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice, the peak of the Earth's exhale, it brings the longest day of physical light to step out of hiding, manifest your creative projects, and let the solar fire burn away old doubts. And for those in the southern hemisphere, this is the winter solstice. The deep peak of Earth's inhale is the longest night of the year, activating the heart cave. And this is a sacred quiet womb where the sun is reborn within you. It's time for deep introspection, comforting your nervous system. So whenever I'm like, I feel like this, for us, it's going to be, I live in the obviously enormous northern hemisphere. So it's going to be the summer solstice for us. I feel such like outwardly, I feel such like exuberance in my energy, and I feel like I can start anything or do anything, and I kind of feel this energy of just liveliness and dancing and being social and all of those kind of things. Whereas in the winter solstice, I feel like going inwards, and I feel like, especially here, because in England, it's very dark on the longest night. And so it is that time for introspection, and also going deep within yourself and being in the womb, the void space. So incubating new crystalline codes in the fertile dark, I like that. So whether you're standing high in the noon radiance of the northern summer or the southern winter, you're anchoring the same cosmic current. The regular Stargate does not discriminate. It is pairing diamond white light across the entire global web, asking you to claim your internal sovereignty regardless of the weather outside. Okay, so this brings us to the meditation. And so this is the Galactic Integration Meditation. So if you would like to receive the star codes and almost like it's like rewiring your sun energy, your blueprint to the upcoming solstices as well. So you're kind of like getting wired into and tapped into that energy. And so when the solstice comes, you will feel even more of that because you're intentionally plugging into our beautiful solar codes right now of Lyra, Leo, and our beautiful sun. So when you're ready, if you would like to, just close your eyes and send a deep, gentle breath down into the physical vessel of your body. Let go of any restlessness, any mental noise, or any tension from the week. Feel the solid weight of your physical form. Imagine thick, luminous, crystalline roots extending from the soles of your feet, traveling straight into the absolute center of Mother Earth. You are a sacred bridge between the cosmos and the soul. You are safe, you are held, and you are completely secure in this space. Now bring your awareness to your solar plexus chakra located just above your navel. This is your personal engine room, your inner sun. See a brilliant spinning orb of liquid gold light beginning to activate here. With every breath you take, this golden orb expands, warming your stomach, your spine, and your nervous system. Feel yourself plugging directly into our sun, drawing down a steady, comfortable, and soothing stream of solar vitality directly into your center. Shift your awareness into the center of your heart now, into your heart cave. Imagine the constellation of Leo shining brightly, deep velvet space above you. Look closely at the heart of the lion, the royal Stargate of Regulus. See a beam of blinding diamond white and royal blue light flash from Regulus, traveling effortlessly down the ecliptic highway, passing through our sun and entering directly into your heart space. This light carries ancient Lyran heritage, unshakable courage, absolute sovereignty, and divine love. Watching as the diamond white light in your heart and the liquid gold light in your solar plexus begin to spiral around one another. They form a magnificent glowing infinity symbol, with your torso looping continuously between your chest and your upper belly. Your heart gives your power direction, and your power gives your heart strength to manifest. The high frequency cosmic codes of the stars are now perfectly stepped down, integrated and comfortably woven into your physical body. You are secure. You are sovereign. You are a walking sun. Take a deep breath, sealing the cosmic architecture into your DNA. When you're ready, bring your awareness back into the physical room. Wiggle your toes. Take another deep breath, and gently, when you're ready, open your eyes. So, beloveds, as we step out of this meditation and carry the solstice light, I want you to leave with this profound truth. You are a multi-dimensional soul. And your heritage does not belong to just a few. See, for far too long, we have been given this kind of story, this rhetoric that you have to have a guru or somebody outside of you, somebody who's more expertise and more special, or that's basically you need instruction in different ways. But you see, you've always known this. You've always known this feeling in your heart, who you are. What is your heritage? That you are a cosmic traveler. So in order to claim these parts of yourself, you don't need to go to anyone else. You have everything within you. Do not let anybody else tell you otherwise. When you go to sleep at night, you travel the worlds in your sleep in different dreams. And then you don't think that's anything different. And yet, maybe in this time you doubt yourself and you think that you cannot do that. But you can. You can. And so you are able to travel the worlds. You are able to, just by your heart, just connect with your heart. If you feel a connection with certain, if you are wanting to dive deeper into your solar starseed heritage, connect with the sun. Go deeper. See what messages come through. You don't need anybody else to tell you otherwise. Maybe you just need introduction because you're curious. But let that curiosity lead you to your soul, where you feel at home. Because home is here anyway. And there's so many places in the cosmos and on the earth that are home. That's because of your connection to home. So that's what I leave you with, my beautiful beings. And nobody has everybody has this ability to go and to do all of those things. It just needs, sometimes people need a bit more practice, maybe a gentle everyday, like connecting every day, just having a conversation even, with the sun or the moon or the stars, whichever stars connect with your heart. See what messages come through. Speak to the universe. They're all always listening. They're always listening, and you will always get a sign. So I leave you with that, and I hope that you really enjoyed this video. And I so enjoyed just journeying through all of those beautiful spaces with you. If you resonate with my messages and this connection, then please like and subscribe. and share, with other people, and maybe they're connected with some star families. I would love to hear your comments. And how do you feel? Where do you feel this connection with home? And if you feel that you want me to talk about any specific places, like my next video is going to be on the mer beings, and there's so many cosmic connections there. So I'm so looking forward to being in a space with you again. And so I leave you with so much love. May your journeys light up your heart in ways that you never even imagined. Let it be so. Speak to you soon.